This is Dal Houston, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. My videos address how to change your circumstances in life, whether they be financial, personal, social, or just life in general. I know there are hundreds, if not thousands, of similar sites. With that said, for better or worse, I just see the world differently than others, and I can tell you without any hesitancy that you will find thoughts, strategies, and ideas here you won't find anywhere else. It is my sincere hope you will find the content interesting and enjoyable. Thank you.
Hey guys, Dal here. It's a Saturday. I usually don't make a Saturday video, at least I call it Drive Time with Dal, or a little short video, informal video. But something's on my mind today, and I wanted to say it while it's on my mind. If I wait till Monday, I'll probably forget it. I know you hear so much about me talking about beliefs and changing the way you see the world and your belief systems, and you're changing your limiting beliefs. And some of you say, okay, that makes sense. And others are going, oh, what I believe is the truth. What I believe is the truth. And they really believe that. And sometimes you've got to put it in different ways and give different examples to get through. And this morning I was thinking about a couple of examples. One of the things that, as a lawyer, it happens all the time, probably not on a daily basis, but a weekly basis, at least. Then I have clients that come in, and they've got some kind of issue. And a lot of them want to hear what they want to hear. And obviously that makes sense. Hey, I want to hear my problem's not big, or my case is good, or this is a good transaction, or it could be in a bad deal. No, this is a bad transaction. They want to hear what they want to hear. And it's up, I got a fly bothering me here. It's up to me to listen to what that is, and then tell them the answer. It's not the answer sometimes they want to hear, but you've got to know what the real answer is. Otherwise, you've got this belief that's incorrect. Because if they say, listen, that's the answer I want to hear, and if that's the answer I give them and it's not right, it's not right. And generally, there are occasions that a bad answer will take you somewhere. A bad advice will take you somewhere. A bad decision will take you somewhere. But it's not because it's logic. It's just pure luck. It's just pure happenstance. And that is not a good thing to do. Just relying on some alignment of the stars to make your situation good. Now, I'm all in favor. I know doctors do the same thing. I'm all in favor of second opinions because people can see it differently. But you got to be careful where you get that second opinion, because just like in my field, if I say, listen, this is what it is, and that client doesn't like it, some clients, depending on my relationship with them or not, will seek a second opinion. And there are unscrupulous attorneys. There are also scrupulous attorneys that just don't have that kind of knowledge in those particular areas. So they go, and it doesn't take long, if you've been practicing law very long, to hear what that client wants to hear. I want to hear this. And so if they're unscrupulous, they need clients, they will tell them that. Now they're off on the wrong road. So it's very, very important. The right answer is the right answer. The wrong answer is the wrong answer. And it doesn't matter who's giving it to you as long as it's good, sound logic going either way, okay? Now, so that's one example for questioning beliefs, because that is their belief. I believe this, and you need to tell me, you need to confirm my belief. No, I can't confirm your belief because it's wrong. I'm sorry. Second thing is kind of an example that I was thinking about. Oh, and by the way, it's Saturday. We're getting ready to go on a COVID road trip, get out of the house for the morning and afternoon, go have a dinner at a place that's fairly safe. Just got to do something. So anyway, I'm waiting on everybody to get ready. I was the first one to get ready. But anyway, here's the second thing. Beliefs and facts are what they are. It's only the belief and the weight we put on them. About 10 years ago, I had a client. Now, I've still got this client. But 10 years ago, I had a client that I considered a pretty good friend of mine. And we would talk and talk. And a lot of times, because he seemed like a good friend, I would share things about my personal life, just nothing crazy, but just things that were on my mind, where the world's going, hey, I'm frustrated today, happy today, whatever. And I really, really believed he was my friend, and that's why I confided in him things. So anyway, I'd done that for years. Then one day, I figured out through a roundabout way that he wasn't my friend, that he was saying bad things about me, and in fact, taking the things that I had said that nobody else should know about, and they're coming back to me. Well, I heard this and I heard that. Well, I know the only source of that was him. Now, part of me felt like I should have called him up and got mad and blown a fuse, and I didn't, because I do a lot of business with the guy. But I changed my belief. Now, I still did business with him, but when business was over, the telephone call was over. When business was over, the meeting was over. There was no more sharing of personal thoughts, okay? Now, why I say that and why I'm sharing this with you is the facts didn't change. It was only the way I was perceiving those facts and that relationship. So prior to 10 years ago, I'd listen to what he said, and oh, Dow, you did a wonderful job on this. Man, I tell you, on this other deal you got going on, I said, man, you're doing great on it. When in fact, he's telling other people that was a stupid thing, or Dow was stupid on this, or whatever. So the facts didn't change. It was only the way I was perceiving those facts. The facts were there. It was just that I believed he was my friend. Like later, I come out to find out he wasn't. So my belief system changed. And that is how life is. We see what we see. We think that is the real thing. And we put our trust and faith in our belief of what we're seeing, what we're hearing, how we're taking this information in. And the bottom line is, none of that changed. The only thing changed was the switch in my head saying, I know the belief that he was my friend changed. Okay? Does that make sense? Along another line, years ago, I had a friend that claimed to hate Mexican food. And okay, I know everybody's got their own likes and dislikes. That's fine. No problem with that. I always suspected, though, I hate to say it, but there's racism, It's Hispanic, okay? Somewhere along the line, I don't know where, but this guy was way into his adulthood. When he was in a situation where he couldn't say, I don't like Mexican food, I think it was a business meeting, and they took him to a Mexican restaurant, and there were superiors with him that he couldn't get out of it. It was what it is, and he was hungry, okay? So he got something, I think it was a burrito, and the Mexican restaurant was nothing good, so it was an average run-of-the-mill burrito, and he loved it. Now, burritos didn't change from the time that he said, I don't like Mexican food. It's not like they changed. So now when we go out to eat, that's all he wants to do. Let's go to a Mexican restaurant. Now, he never gets anything but a burrito. Oddly enough, you would think that somewhere in his belief system, he'd say, if the burrito's good, maybe the taco's good, maybe the enchilada's good. I don't know. But nonetheless, that's what he wants to do. Now, again, bear in mind, yeah, you can go to maybe some really new cuisine. Mexican restaurants have, put some extra different spices in the burrito and makes it a little better than it was 10, 15 years ago. I don't know, 20 years ago when he first discovered his love for a burrito, okay? But in general, burritos haven't changed, and they don't change too much from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant. It was only his belief system, and he had to break. Granted, he didn't break it a lot because that's still, he would have thought he had have said, well, gee, if that was good, maybe something else is even better. But he didn't, okay? But at least he got a little ways down the road. But the fact of the matter is, the burrito for the 5 years, 10 years, 20 years preceding his first taste of the burrito was the same. His bite after that burrito is pretty much remained the same, okay? I know this is a stupid analogy, but apply it to other bigger things, in your life. I believe I can't do this. I believe I can't do that. I believe this is all I'm good for. I believe this is what I'm supposed to do. I believe this is how I'm supposed to act. Once that belief is challenged, and if that belief is challenged and that belief was incorrect, your whole life changes. Your whole freaking life changes right then and there. And if you can rationalize that consciously and say, if just the belief on whether or not I like Mexican food can change, my belief on what I'm capable of can change, what others are capable of can change, where I could be, the things that I could be, if I just challenge myself. Now, I've always been trying to be very careful about not getting political. But in this political day, it's really hard, and I see so much on both sides. And I'm gonna walk this line, okay? That if our side, whatever side of that political equation you're on, if my side says it, it's right. No matter how damn wrong it is. No, that's right, because my side said it, and my side believes that. The other side's the same way. Or it might be, hey, this is, the other side says it, and this is a really good thing. But no, I cannot believe that. I cannot accept that because it came from the other side. A solution is good, irrelevant of who said it. If it's a false statement from your side, it's still a false statement. And a false statement, a going down the wrong road merely because that's what my side believes in, is not cool. That will never take you where you want to go. Or discounting good thoughts and good advice from the other side. If it's good advice, it's good advice, irrespective of the messenger. Same thing. If it's bad advice, it's still bad advice. It's irregardless of the messenger. So keep that in mind. And it's not only in politics, it's in religion, it's in business. Oh, like him, he says to do this, so I'll do this. Well, it may be wrong. Don't just say, well, I like that person, so I'm going to accept that as correct. Or I dislike him, so I'm going to discount it as incorrect, okay? In the last few years, as I began to really challenge myself, I have found myself reading and taking advice, or maybe not taking advice, but at least looking at people who years ago I wouldn't even have given them a second thought. Maybe they made movies I didn't like. Maybe they were stars I just didn't care for. They were movie stars, I just said that. Musicians that didn't play my kind of music that I liked. And so they'd say something, and I'm like, I just discount it because I don't like them. I don't like their kind of music. And I've sat back as I've gotten and broken down my belief system a little more and listened to these guys and say, holy crap, this is good stuff. That doesn't mean that I have to have them over for dinner. That doesn't mean that I still like their music when I didn't before, or their movies, or whatever the hell it is. But it means their thoughts, at least on that, are good. Same thing holds true for people I used to like, that did make the kind of movies I did, or like played the kind of music I liked, or spoke the kind of words I liked. And as I'd listen, I was like, holy crap, that's wrong. I mean, I'm not, you might be a nice person. You might make movies that I like. But your advice, your thought pattern is wrong, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? So anyway, guys, I've went on here a lot longer than I'd intended. But I think it's good words. I don't think it's good words. I know it's good words. It's good advice. I challenge you from the bottom of my heart to give it a try. To give it a try for yourself, for your family, for all those around you. To really, really look at the world in a different way and start challenging those beliefs. Again, if it's a belief you've got right now that is incorrect and you challenge it and you find it's correct, great. Okay. It was something that was right all along. On the other hand, if it's a belief you thought was right and you look at it and say, holy shit, I was so wrong. Think how your life can change if you realize that and start implementing that change. Guys, I'm going to talk to you later. Hope you have a good weekend.